Hello, welcome to my video about my search for meaning. Unfortunately, I doubt my story will be as enthralling or as emotionally impacting as Frankel's was, but I hope you'll still enjoy it. Now, when it came to my search for meaning, I really didn't know where to begin, so I started by asking some questions to try to get a rough outline of what the outer perception of me was. In what areas of life do you think I excel?
Probably academics.
You put a lot of effort into school, and I feel like that's why you excel in it.
You're more stressed out about that than I think I've heard you talk about literally anything else, so I'm gonna say academics.
Am I extroverted or introverted?
Extroverted.
Extroverted.
Extrovert.
Do I tend to be more emotional or more analytical?
Analytical.
Analytical.
Analytical, what?
I posted a Google form to my Instagram story, and the answers from the form sort of correlated with the answers I got from my friends. A lot of people seem to think that I'm an analytical and extroverted academiac who focuses on himself. Now, to be honest, I think the outer perception of myself is very true to the inner perception I have of myself. The only part I kind of disagree with is the idea that I'm extroverted. I think the reason a lot of people think of me as extroverted is because when I'm around people I know, I'm loud and rambunctious and kind of a nuisance. But when I'm around people I don't know, a sort of switch goes off in my head and I become silent. If you ever see me in a crowd of complete strangers at school, you'll know that, I'm kind of just keeping my head down, listening to music, and trying to be quiet and blend into the background. The question I found most interesting when I was asking my friends was, what kind of job would I be good at? Or do you think I would be good at?
Something in leadership, though. I think you're good with
Really?
leadership, and I think you'd be good with kids.
Being a pastor.
Probably also something STEM related. I'd say like engineer.
Now, while a few of my friends were able to tell me the vocation that I feel drawn towards, that being the STEM field, no one really got the profession that I'm gunning towards right now, which is a software engineer. But I think that computer science really suits me. My parents have been sort of conditioning me to be good at math ever since I was in kindergarten, and I've always had a somewhat keen interest in computers that I never really knew how to foster up until now. Now, as for my passions, those are where things kind of deviate from the norm. I'm good at STEM stuff, but I don't know that I necessarily love it. My passions, beatboxing and baking, are two things that I just love to do. I've been practicing beatboxing since my sophomore year, and I've gotten a lot better at it. Originally I could barely do boots and cats, but now I can kind of go. As for baking, I just love baking. I love baking, making delicious treats, sharing those treats with the people I love, and I honestly think that cooking, baking, food making, all of those things are the best way to express love. The hardest part of the whole VMPP thing for me is that that mission. I found things that I'm good at, things that I can get paid for, things that I love, but I don't know that I found something that the world needs yet. That one portion, that M, is what sort of plagues my mind because it's the one thing holding me back from finding purpose. I kind of feel like Gatsby in the sense that despite everything I throw at the wall, nothing really sticks in terms of the mission. Despite all the effort that I've been putting in to try to complete the VMPP, the mission sort of still stays as distant as the green light on Daisy Buchanan's dock. No matter what I try to do, sometimes it feels like I'll never find a mission. Now that kind of leads into my aspirations. We'll ignore the M part for now and ponder over what I'm going to do with the VPP. Right now, I aspire to go to a UC or CSU and study computer science. I want to continue baking, hone my craft, and use it to make new friends. I want to continue my beatboxing skills, and I don't know, maybe join an a cappella group, or compete as a professional beatboxer. These things will play a massive role in my future life. I'm laying the foundation for my eventual furthest aspiration, which is to become a father with kids and a wife. And I'd like that foundation to be somewhat sturdy. I think the biggest thing I aspire to do is to find a mission and eventually find a purpose. The biggest obstacles right now preventing me from forwarding my VMPP and forwarding my college journey would be the college admissions process and the fact that when you're applying to be a major in computer science, it feels like every college can be a reach. Now, I think the only way to overcome that kind of obstacle is through sheer dedication, determination, and hard work. I'm going to be sacrificing time that I could be spending with family and friends just so that I can stay home and work a little bit longer on my college applications. If I get rejected from a college, I plan to go to Palomar and just keep doing community college courses and then try again, next year. Nothing worthwhile in this life is easy. Sometimes you just gotta tense your body and trudge through. And that's sort of what I want people to take away from this video. If there's one thing I admired about Gatsby, it's that he knew what he wanted and he was willing to put in work to get it. Even in the face of an unattainable goal like Daisy Buchanan, the man still put in a life's worth of work in an attempt to be with her. Now, some of you guys are probably in the same boat that I'm in, floating around in a sea of endless possibility with no idea what your meaning is. That's okay. What's not okay is deciding to not take the reins to find your meaning. Because unlike Daisy Buchanan, finding your purpose is a very attainable goal. A lot of people lead unfulfilled lives, and I would argue that the only reason they feel unfulfilled is because they aren't willing to put in the time and effort to find their meaning. Unfortunately, no one can just hand you your meaning. You need to find it yourself. Will it be hard? Yeah. Will you get demotivated? 100%. But I can guarantee you, it'll be worth it.